Bonjour mes amis. We are here in our apartment in Paris, in Montmartre, and I'm going to be interviewing David about his Parisian experience. First I'm going to give you a little tour of our very little apartment. That is the living room area with the window that looks out onto the stairway that has around the corner the little grocery store that was in Amélie.
This is the grocery store that was in the movie Amélie.
This is the little bedroom with the little bed, and this is the little bit of laundry that we did, and this is our little table with David sitting at our little kitchen. And we've got some dinner cooking on the stove.
Yeah.
And
onion, garlic, and the other white meat.
Right, in preparation for dinner.
Yes.
And we also have a little bathroom with a very little bath, but rather comfortable for the size that it is. So, David.
Yes.
Before you came to Paris, what were your impressions of what a Parisian experience might entail?
Well, bread, cheese, charcuterie, olives. We haven't had any olives. We had charcuterie from, I don't know, Italy that we bought in Amsterdam. Bread, really good bread. Pigat, what is it?
Well, I'm asking about your impressions before you came to Paris.
Oh.
What you thought a Parisian experience would entail.
They speak French, and they do. And they speak French much more beautifully than the Québécois. Apologies to anyone who's offended. Deal with it. Québécois French is harsh. Parisian French is beautiful. Very stylish people. Although I have to say that generally speaking, I have found London men, and even Glaswegian men, to be more stylish than the Parisian men. It's a very interesting style of coat the Parisian women are wearing this season. It's got all sorts of different bits and pieces, and it's quite lovely.
What would you say has been the highlight of your Parisian experience?
The stuff in the museums that I liked.
Such as?
Well, I've realized that I like Cézanne, Gauguin, Renoir, not all Rousseau, not all Van Gogh, who is not French. The Kiss or the Lovers by Rodin, which I've seen a copy outside of the Orangery. The floors, I love the floors in the museums. Love the museum floors.
What would you say has been the low light of your Parisian experience?
The stuff in the museums I don't like. The boring stuff. The architecture in Paris, generally speaking, is drab and gray and monochromatic and not in any way, shape, or form exciting. Sorry, deal with it.
To you.
To me, I'm speaking my truth.
Okay.
I love talking to strangers, and when French is not the first language for me, or I don't speak French really, un petit peu, I'd have to say that feeling isolated, feeling like an outsider, in many ways feeling like someone who, I've lived 39 years in Toronto in Canada, and I suspect that this is how somebody who comes to Canada not speaking English or French would feel as an outsider and isolated and alone and drinking.
If
the beer in French pretty much sucks.
I think that's pretty much a given, especially when you've just been in Belgium.
And Amsterdam and England and Scotland and Ireland.
What's a phrase that you've picked up since you've been here that sticks in your head?
Cruckin' phasey.
That's a phrase. If you had some advice to give someone who was coming to Paris, what would you tell them?
Try with your pidgin French as best you can so that the cute women in the boulangerie will smile at you and make you feel like $1 million. Or for the cute boys, if you want cute boys to smile and make you happy.
If you had it to do over, what would you do in Paris that you didn't get a chance to do?
Restaurants, bars, strip joints, hookers,
I don't know if you're going to have a chance to do that, even if you had a chance to do over.
Well, you asked the question, I answered. I think it's important that you get a lap dance at the Moulin Rouge or someplace else in Pigalle, which is like I could throw a baseball from where we're staying, and I could hit Pigalle, which is like the ooh la la Times Square of Paris. It's really not so tawdry.
And yet, at the Montmartre area where we're staying, which is the Abbesse region, the Abbesse neighborhood, is really quite neighborhoodly. It's got little shops, and it's got little...
Little shops. And
not outside our door,
no,
there aren't.
Well, there's the dude sleeping outside.
Okay, but okay.
And the Venus de Milo shows Plumber's Crack.
I'm sure
and the Mona Lisa was painfully disappointing.
I warned you about that.
You know what? You did. I could have been a size queen, and like I expected a little bit more than this little farty, like I don't know what, 2x4, 2x6, 3x6. Dimensions are off. Maybe.
About how big with your hands? About yay big.
Yay wide, yay high.
Yeah,
like
that's about right.
The size of, pretty much the size of my torso.
Yeah. It's like, and there's the torso.
Why are you showing my crotch?
No, that's your torso.
Oh, okay. I thought you were pointing here. By the way, in the museum, the Louvre, disappointed by the Louvre, sorry. There was like Pan, like a wood nymph or something like that. Dude had huge testicles and the littlest itty bitty pee-pee. Just really, I don't know what was up with that proportionality.
Mesdames et messieurs, le connaisseur de l'art.